So today I'm going to show you 7 awesome mods that you need to install for Elden Ring. Now keep in mind those are mods that I tested in game myself, so I know they work. Because of the latest patch, some mods actually don't work, especially ones that use the regulation.bin files, which a lot of these mods actually do, especially if you're adding stuff to the game, like new menus, new items, new movesets. Now I won't be showing you how to install these mods in this video because it would take a while, and I already have 2 video resources if you're unsure how to install mods in Elden Ring and if you're a beginner to modding this game. So I handpicked 7 mods that ranges from visual effects to adding movesets and to adding a lot of utility to stuff that is just really good quality of life changes. The first one is called the Volition graphic mod. Not only is this a reshade, it also adds a graphical upgrade to Elden Ring if your computer can handle it. So please note, if you don't have a high-end computer, this will tax your GPU a lot. And even if you do have a high-end computer, it will still show, because my computer is like pretty much mid-range, I would say, and my GPU was jumping up from like 52 degrees to 65 when it was active. And that's with like the 9 fans that I have, not including or not counting the 2 that are on my GPU. So it is a fairly taxing, however, you can turn off some of the settings if you want in the reshade menu, but I will show you what the faded version and the vivid version look like. I honestly really like the faded version for pretty much everything. Because it does remind me a lot of Bloodborne, and I miss that game so freaking much. I do like the vivid option for outside, however, when you're inside, I feel like every light or every fire is way too orange and kind of hurts my eyes. But again, you can go in the menu and turn off the things that will do that, and I do show it in the video. I show the exact option you can turn off, which will help a lot. And sometimes the color of the vanilla game are very green, and there's not a lot of contrast. There's not a lot of vividness, I guess, if that's even a word, to the environment, and then nothing really pops out. But this will definitely make everything pop out, and it's freaking beautiful. If you've played Dark Souls 3, you're going to love this next mod. Now this adds a bit of the Ice Frayed Blade moveset to any katana. Now I tested it a lot, and I noticed that with katanas that already have an Ash of War that you can't remove normally, like the Ore Blade, the Moon Veil, so you do need to use either the Uji Katana or the Naga Kiba. So what you want to do once you install this mod, you want to go in game and you want to select Unsheath as the Ash of War, because that is what is modded. Once you select that, you can select any affinity you want, and it will add the Frayed Blade moveset. Now there are 3 moves that it adds. So if you're holding the sheath and you do R2, it will send out a really big ice projectile. If you do R1, you will do a slashing combo, which also freezes your opponent. And if you hit Unsheath, so if you hit L2 and you just let it go without doing anything, your character will send out a ice mist as well as do a backward flip with a hit of the sword, which is freaking awesome. Like, it is so fun to use. It's incredible. I really hope the developers of this game will add more movesets to weapons, especially katanas, because they just look so cool. They're so fun to play with, but the moveset does get boring once you've done like 1 or 2 playthroughs with them. So this mod adds a bit of diversity, and it adds a really cool weapon that was in Dark Souls 3. The next mod adds different colors to Torrent. It's not something you notice a lot, but having the option to actually customize Torrent is really fun, especially if you want to make him match with your armor. So this modder actually gives you that option. You can have a black body, you can have the regular body, or you can have a white body with all kinds of different colored hair, mane, tail, and horns as well. I personally really love the all black Torrent with the blue horns. It looks so freaking cool. So it doesn't change anything to the gameplay, it's really just sort of a visual change if you're tired of seeing the same old Torrent. This next mod is such a great quality of life change. It's amazing, dude. So basically this adds better descriptions to every item, especially things that, don't give you a lot of information, like runes. What exactly do they do? This will tell you in percentages what it does, if it gives you more health, if it gives you more stamina, and what it actually does to your stats. You will also get all this detail on everything, like cracked tears. You have to guess exactly what they do. Well, this tells you exactly what it does. And it also gives you the base damage of spells, incantations. It also does that with weapons. So if you're looking to make a build and you're unsure what does most damage incantation wise or sorceries wise, you will literally have all of that information available to you. So it's a great tool to make builds if you want to get the most damage out of any of your builds. The fifth mod I recommend is this moveset remix. Now it adds a ton of moves for a lot of the weapons. It adds movesets for the R1 attack, as well as a power stancing like katanas, daggers, axes, and other weapons. It also adds some really amazing unique moveset to the Dragon Scale Blade, as well as the Carrion Knight Sword. It is so freaking cool. Like, you guys really need to try this out. It really makes these weapons, or these special weapons, extremely unique. This is really good if you've played through the game 2, 3, 4 times. Maybe you've tried a lot of builds out there, every weapon type, and you're kind of getting bored of the same old. This will definitely shake things up, and it's so worth it to do an entire playthrough with new moves. Now this next mod, the sixth one on our list, is Elden Ring Reforged. Now this adds a million things to the game, and by a million I mean it includes so many quality of life changes, literally boss battle changes. Like, they'll have different abilities as you being able to revive bosses, like if you want to practice a certain boss, like Melania for example, and you can change the difficulty at any time. There's many options. You also get new affinities. There's this knight affinity. If you want to roleplay a bandit or something like that, you'll actually do more damage at night if you use this affinity on your weapons, which is super cool. But it also changes other things, like it adds a new gameplay mechanic called a deflect. We all know the camera angles in this game. It's not super great, especially for bosses, but this mod changes all the camera angles with the better ones during boss fights. And they also improved a lot of the hitboxes. So it's very much a massive overhaul of the game if you want a completely new experience playing it. And I do like that they have those difficulty options, you know, for people who really want a powerful build but don't want the boss fights to feel too easy. You know, you can bump up the difficulty. Or if you want to do just a casual playthrough, then you can lower the difficulty as well at any side of grace, which is really awesome. And I definitely haven't covered everything this mod changes, so if you want to find out for yourself, then definitely go ahead and give it a try. Now the last mod in this list is by far the most important mod you'll ever install in any game. And this mod is cat ears. Yep, cat ears. Fashion Souls is the most important part of any Souls experience. Everyone knows this. And I think to enhance your playthrough, you need these cat ears. Not only do you have the regular black model and white model, you also have the more furry versions. Who doesn't want to wield a giant weapon and defeat a hard boss with cat ears on? It's extremely embarrassing, and whether it's embarrassing for you or the enemy, well, that's entirely up to you. So that's it for this video, guys. Even though the last mod was a bit of a joke, I do hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you tried any of these mods before or if you want to try them out now. Again, I am so sorry for all the people who watch these videos and are console only. I really do feel for you, but consider switching to the dark side. It is 100% worth it. And there's a lot of memes with mods because of all the loot stuff, but honestly, it adds so much replayability to a game. It's actually insane, and it's so fun. If you want more Elden Ring content, there is plenty more on my channel. If you're looking for a good Elden Ring Discord server, the link to mine is in the description box of every video, so join us if you want. And have yourself a wonderful day. I'll see you all very soon.